Hey, Mike Wolf here. Welcome. Thank you for tuning in. And I want to teach you some of the biggest mistakes I've seen investors make over the 26 years that I've been doing real estate investing. So I've invested internationally, I've invested in Canada, I've invested in the US, I've looked at countries pretty much all over this planet, different places to invest, looking for the best opportunities. And I can tell you that during my journey to get where I am today, trust me, I made pretty much every mistake in the book. So you guys are at the right place. I'm creating a video that basically I wish I could have seen 26 years ago when I first got my start. It could have saved me a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of stress. And I want to give this all to you guys so you don't have to, I'm going to give you the roadmap and the blueprint so you can avoid some of the biggest mistakes that not only did I make, but other people that are also in the industry, I've seen them make. And that's really one of the keys, is to basically take people that have paved the path before you, and instead of trying to do your own random journey, follow their path that's already been paved. So I'm going to give you kind of the GPS and the map and show you how you can safely navigate through real estate investing without making costly errors. So one of the biggest mistakes that I see people make is they invest only in their own backyard. And one of the challenges with that is obviously that makes you very, very limited. We've got a big planet worth of real estate. Every country in the world, people have shelter. And that means there's opportunities. Yet so often we keep our blinders on and all we see is what's close to home. And that's a huge limiting mistake, because a lot of times if you're in markets that are hot, for example, you're not going to find distressed properties, you're not going to find any deals. You're going to be competing against a bunch of other people looking for that needle in a haystack. So it's very important to realize that with the use of teams and putting systems in place, you can invest not only outside of your backyard, you can invest in other cities, you can even invest in other countries. And that's actually what I've done. So many of you know I am from Calgary, Canada. I haven't done a deal in Calgary probably in close to 15 years now. Everything I do is in the United States. So not only am I working in a different city, I'm working in a different country now. So one of the keys when you want to work outside of your own backyard is you've got to basically build teams. And there are some challenges with that, obviously. There's some expense. And basically, obviously, if you're not there to check up on them every day, there's also opportunity for them to potentially take advantage of you. So it's really important that you build the right teams, you get the right people in place, and then give them parameters. You want to give them systems. You want to give them, imagine you wanted to buy a McDonald's franchise. One of the reasons why you would buy a franchise like that is they've already got the systems in place. The employees know exactly what they've got to do. And I've never worked for McDonald's, but I assume they've got something that tells them, hey, well, they actually have machines that put just the right amount of mustard and ketchup and whatever on the burgers. But they have systems. They can't go and alter the menu and start saying, oh, we're going to put this much salt instead of that much salt. Well, it's the same thing with real estate. You want to basically give people parameters. So right now, as I'm making this video, I've got people on my team that are finding properties that we eventually go and sell turnkey in Atlanta. And so they've got very specific parameters as to what they're able to purchase. I'm not there supervising them, I'm not micromanaging them, but they have very specific parameters. So they're going and buying homes that are 1995 and newer, 3 bedrooms or more, 2 bathrooms or more, a double attached garage or better, and in very specific zip codes. So they don't have any room to randomly say, well, I kind of like this property, so I picked it up. They have very specific parameters with which they can work. And so it's very important that you put these systems in place and make it so that it's pretty much foolproof. This course isn't about building teams. I could create an entire course just on how to build the right team, but just know that it is going to be a bit of a challenge at times to find the right people. One of the things I'd recommend is talking to other people that are already successful in the market you want to get into, because a lot of times the people that are flying high, they have an A team. They're sticking with the best players in the industry. And what I've found over the years is that the successful people, they're abundance minded, and quite often they're willing to share. So unless their team is fully used, unless they're fully using that team to the point where the team has no more time, quite often they're going to actually get a better deal. Let's say, for instance, you needed a roofer, and I give a roofer a fair bit of business, but he has to go do roofs for other people too. I can't give him enough work where he can work 100% of the time for me. Well, if I give him a referral to you, and now he's doing a couple of roofs for you, maybe he's going to give me a better deal. So quite often, people in the industry are willing to share. So that's one of the ways that you can start to build a team. right away is, instead of doing the trial and error thing, that's another big mistake, doing trial and error. You can use people that are already tested and tried and tested by other people that are successful, that are already in the industry, and they're doing the things that you want to do. So one of the biggest keys, like I said, is to get out of your own market in most cases. If there's lots of deals in your market, great, absolutely go do them. But remember, it's a whole big world of real estate out there. There's a lot of opportunity, and getting outside of your backyard is going to allow you to take it to the next level.